Oh, hello. I almost didn't see you guys there. I don't know if you're noticing necessarily the quality of this video. It might seem a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A quality video. That's the word I'm looking for. Before I get ahead of myself, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for even clicking on this video. I genuinely, humbly appreciate it. I also genuinely and humbly appreciate my lovely cameraman, who happens to be my beautiful, handsome, and super sexy fiance Joe. I'm shooting with my Canon SX530HS power shot. If you guys didn't see my little Storytime / unboxing with this, then the more you know. There you go. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fabulous new year. We're having a fabulous new year. I expect huge things in store for us, but this video is going to be a little bit of a change of pace for my channel. It's not that I haven't necessarily told the story time before, but I don't know if I've ever necessarily told the story time or a story in general that was this personal and this, I've never talked about this before publicly. I've, about my feelings about what happened, and other than to like Joe and my mom and my best friend Shelby, but I've never actually even disclosed this on my channel before. I mean, I've mentioned before that we had a house fire back in 2007 or 8, because I was 16 or 17 or almost 17. I don't remember exactly, but that's beside the point. But it was before my mom and my dad separated, got divorced, and it's like I've always just felt so guilty, because the night of the fire, my mom, my dad, my sister, and my little sister and my little brother, and all of our pets were asleep. And it just so happened that on that night, the night that that one night I chose to sneak out. And I've always had this like overwhelming sense of guilt about it, because like if I would have been there, you know what I mean, like maybe I could have done something, because luckily my whole family made it out safe, you know what I mean, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. It really is. But we lost a lot of pets. We lost Tia and Scrappy, and Tinkerbell, our cat. And she had just had kittens, and she had 9 kittens, and then we lost all of them. None of the pets made it out alive, and I just there's just always been a huge part of me that thinks and almost even knows that like I should have been there. And if I would have been there, because I wouldn't have been asleep, like, you know, I was already awake, and I'm a night owl, and it was the summer, and no, actually it wasn't the summer, it was in April, because it was 3 days before my sister's birthday. My sister's birthday is on April 6th, and I remember that now. So yeah, it was almost my 17th birthday, because my birthday is June 26th. If anybody's new here, you guys don't know that. And my mom has assured me that, you know, my being there wouldn't have changed the situation, the circumstances of everything that went on. But I'd be lying to you if I told you that I don't still have nightmares about it to this day. Like what I could have done to prevent it, if I could have saved Tia and Scrappy, or maybe some of those kittens, maybe Tinkerbell. I'm so thankful, because I'm so thankful that my dad woke up and smelled that smoke, because if he wouldn't have smelled that smoke, I would have come home and my whole family would have been dead. Every member of my family would have been dead. I would have been the only one left. So I mean, I guess in retrospect, like me sneaking out and having guilt about that pales in comparison to if I would have come back and nobody would have made it. You know what I mean? But I was investigated by the Orange County Police Department, because when I say investigated, they just questioned me. But my dad brought me up to the sheriff's department, and this police officer was a complete jackass, and I respect the police. I'm not one of those people that disrespect the police. I think that there are some really good police officers and cops out there. I genuinely do. But this guy just was obviously homophobic and had it in for me. And I remember it like it was yesterday. He said he was just grilling me, and he straight up, it literally genuinely actually asked me, did you burn your house down? Were you trying to kill your family? Like, he actually asked me that, and it's like I was just like, no, I didn't. And I was like, if I was trying to kill my family, I mean, don't you think I would have like at least tried to like get my pets out of there and like not had snuck out? Like, wouldn't I have just been there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a whole thing, and he just kept on and pushing it. And he was like, well, I know that you snuck out to go smoke weed and do this and do that and do this and do that, and just kept on, just speculation after speculation after speculation after nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. And I was like, you know what? I'm uncomfortable. I'm a minor, and this interview, this interrogation, whatever you want to call it, officer, is over, sir. I was very respectful, and he was like, okay. And that was the last that I ever heard of it. And on the drive home, I told my dad what he said, and my dad was just like, that's ridiculous, son. I mean, I know, we all know that you would never do anything to hurt us, and I wouldn't, and I didn't. But that guilt has just always plagued me, and it's never really gone away. But I think just telling this story time was super therapeutic and eye-opening, and I never really thought about, I mean, obviously I thought about it before, but I'm so thankful that I didn't come home to find that I was the only one left in my family. I don't know if I ever really thought about it like that before, because I always had this guilt, but the guilt, if it could have been the worst case scenario, would have been so much worse. But in conclusion, I just want to let you guys know that this year holds a lot of big things this year has a lot of big things in store for me, for myself, for Joe, for my family, and for you guys, each and every one of you. Yes, you and you watching right now. I appreciate you guys being here. I have some things planned, some social experiments, but that's all I'm gonna say, because YouTube is a very competitive platform, if you will. I love you guys so much. Just because my last name is Rush does not mean that you should be in one. Until next time, you guys, you will see me with my new Ralph Lauren powder blue backdrop the next time that you see me. I love you so much, and slow down. Life's super trivial, and there's a lot of BS that happens. Just remember, don't be in a rush just because my last name happens to be Rush. I love you. Until next time.